Hello everyone, my name is Pelicandude, and welcome to my Planetary Annihilation
Beta Survival Guide.
Okay, just one quick disclaimer here at the beginning. This video is made a couple of days before the beta officially hits, so that way it's available for everyone to brush up on before they actually get into the game. That being said, we know there are going to be some huge additions to the game added in the beta, such as the ability to travel between planets and asteroids. Therefore, this is going to be a tutorial on more of the basic core stuff in Planetary Annihilation that is less likely to change or be affected by the new additions, at least not yet. So, here we go. So first off, this is an absolute must for most strategy games, but Planetary Annihilation is no exception. Expand. Don't be afraid to queue up huge amounts of metal extractors, some radar towers, and missile towers to defend them. You always want to have an economic advantage over your enemy so that you can outproduce them. So don't be afraid to even queue up metal extractors in areas that you're not even entirely sure that you can defend. Odds are the enemy will never actually show up there. In most of the games that I've played, people seem to forget that they're on a planet and don't expand that much, and really don't even raid most of my undefended metal extractors. This allows for me to spam huge amounts of units and just kind of overwhelm them. Also, if your enemy is expanding a lot, a raiding party of 20 to 30 light bots is a nice force that should be able to quickly take down lightly defended mexes. Alright, so moving on to the second point, avoid turtling. It almost always backfires, assuming your enemy knows what they're doing. This ties into the whole expansion thing. If you turtle down somewhere and go for nukes or something, then you lock yourself into that area. This allows your enemy to expand to literally the rest of the planet and claim all the other resources that are available. Not a good idea. In most games where the enemy turtled, I still ended up winning, because even if they did pull out a nuke late game, my base was so spread out that there wasn't really any one place that could nuke that would cripple me. And my economy was so vast, I would always just rebuild it. If you're facing a turtle, I would just go for mass bombers and commander snipe. That may seem cheap, and it kind of is, to be honest, but if they're turtling, they're kind of asking for it. Of course, though, since this is going to be beta, it might even be viable to smash an asteroid into a planet, which, admittingly, that's going to be more fun. Okay, that being said, defensive structures in this game are pretty good, so I'd always recommend keeping your main base structures protected with some anti-air, and a forward base with a couple of light artillery pieces can be truly devastating to an enemy army. Third, keep your production going. This may seem like an obvious one, but it is really important, especially in PA. Even I'll admit that I'm guilty of not taking full advantage of all the resources I'm taking in. You should always be making as many units as you possibly can, even if it's something that looks insane, like 40 factories all spamming units. Remember, if you look at your metal bar and you see that you're making 300 more metal per second than you're spending, that isn't really a good thing. Every 4 seconds that pass, that's enough extra metal to make an advanced tank, which, by the way, are really good in this game. Excess energy is more acceptable, and I actually always do try to keep some excess energy. But metal, you should basically be using as much as you make. Okay, guys, there you are with the really sheer basics of Planetary Annihilation. I would never call this a comprehensive guide by any means, but it will prepare you a little bit, especially if you're new to the RTS genre. Now, at the end of this guide, I wouldn't really expect to be able to beat up on the guys who have been in the alpha for a few months now, but hey, you should at least have a decent advantage over the other beta players. With those alpha players, you might just get lucky. Anyway, I hope that you all enjoyed this video. Leave a comment if you have any suggestions, and whether or not I've actually earned any likes or subscriptions is of course completely up to you. As always, I hope that all of you have a nice day, and I'll see you later.